genetics expert from the University of Edinburgh, joins me now. Good to meet you tonight. How surprised were you at this discovery?
Well, I was actually quite delighted because I had sort of suspected this might be true. Eliza was thought to be Armenian, and I think she might be part Armenian, but I wondered, could she possibly be Indian? So I was pretty delighted to find out.
What do we know about this woman, then?
It's quite a mysterious sort of story and quite romantic because she was the housekeeper to William's ancestor, Theodore Forbes, who was quite a well-to-do man who was running a house out in Gujarat. And it transpired they had two children together, Catherine in 1814, and she became Diana's ancestor, and another Alexander a little bit later. And they were both sent to Aberdeen to live with relatives, and Catherine stayed on, but Alexander went back because he was homesick. So we're wondering whether there might be some Indian cousins out there that we just don't know about.
And so I suppose the significance of this is that William, who will be king one day, has got DNA from India. The first ever monarch, do you think, to have that?
I would think so, at least in the sort of recent time frame of the last couple of 100 years.
Yeah, and we know that, well, he clearly got this from his mother, right? Will he pass his DNA on to his unborn child? What do you think?
The particular piece we used for the first testing, he will not pass on because it's a piece of DNA, mtDNA, that's inherited from your mother. So being the father of the child, he won't. But we did a second test and we saw other little blocks of DNA across his genome, and he might have one of them, our volunteers' genomes. And we predict he might have a couple of these, so we might pass them on. We just don't know. It'll be a very small amount, if so.
Does he know about this research, do you think?
The family know because his grand-aunt knows. And she was quite delighted because she said she'd always been happy to be a little bit Armenian, and now she's a little bit Indian as well.
And I wonder how he'll respond to it. I suppose it gives you a better sense of yourself, doesn't it, when you know where you've come from?
Yeah, I think so. I think in the end it doesn't matter where your DNA comes from, but it does show that sort of togetherness and that we're all related in the end.
And I suppose it's also a very good reason for them to go and visit India after the baby's born. What do you think?
Yes, I guess it adds another reason.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's really fascinating stuff. Dr. Jim Wilson talking to us there.